Yes, it is coming now.
So hope I my intelligent idea is visible.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So today again we are going to discuss about these data structures. That is the array data structures. Okay. So till now we have a bit brief about idea, but still I am going to just revise them so that you should aware about this array. So generally, array is the data structures, or you can say placeholder, which allow to hold or store multiple value. Okay, like all the previous data types which you still now study, like I write say integer int x, that means they are holding only one value for integer x, like maybe 70. So they have only one, x is a variable. They required one memory locations where they
Mm-hmm.
are storing only 17 value. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I want to store two value or three value, like 70, maybe 90,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 20, three more value. So
Right.
this x variable is not uh, allow compiler to hold these three values 70, 90, 80,
In one
because
placeholder. Yeah.
yeah, because this is the integer data types and this is the x variable.
Mhm.
This line indicate compiler you go to allocate memory for holding only one integer value. You know
Right.
कि Java compiler know कि for int we need a 32 bit. They are only allocate 32-bit memory, and
Mm.
32-bit memory you can only store only one value, maybe 70 or maybe 90 or maybe 20
Okay.
or maybe 5 or maybe 6, any one integer number.
Only one number. Yeah.
That's one number. So we cannot but I want no, I want to store these all number in a particular only one variable. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have an option. We can create one variable for this, one variable for this, one variable for this, one variable for this, one variable for this. That means we have created a five variable, right? One
Mm-hmm.
holding 17, one holding 19, 120, one holding 5, one holding 6.
Right.
So instead of same kind of a number value, same integer value, we are not going to create a multiple variable. So instead of that, Java say now yes, we can allow you can hold multiple value in a one variable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
that is the known as a array and data structures.
Right.
So till now, if you say integer x equal to 70, they hold only one value, right?
Ajay,
But
that is the number it is going to be stored. You are calling that one the placeholder, or
right,
just like okay, you're calling we are
place
calling.
here say if this line executed, that
Uh-huh.
means compiler go and this is the integer, that
Mhm.
means for this is the x. Okay,
Right.
that means they are going to allocate memory for integer, means 32-bit. They are allocate memory for 32-bit, right? And
Mhm.
give the name to the x, right? X is the name. What is the
Right.
value? 70 value you are going to assign here, right?
Right. Right.
But let's say I want to write not but I want to like a 70, 90, any like a 20, multiple value, right? 5.
Mhm.
So compiler currently not allow. Well, compiler know कि this y variable can hold only one integer value, maybe 79 or 90 or 20 or 5. They cannot
Right.
hold all together.
Right.
So for those holding, Java offer you can, instead of writing individual variable, one variable, why not you can create variable that hold multiple value.
Mhm.
So that is the syntax. If before array you want to store this variable, then you can go and write like integer, maybe integer y1 equal to 19, right?
Mhm.
Similarly, if you maybe integer y2 equal to, right,
Right.
Right.
integer y3,
So that's when I have to just call those number like separated,
right?
one by one, one by one.
So
Okay.
preferably, always we need a one different variable to hold different value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but you know all are the integer type. but I want not declaring y, y1, y2, y3 multiple variable. Why not possible? I can declare only one variable that hold all my value, right?
Right.
So before array data structure, it is not possible in the Java language to store multiple value in a single variable.
Mm-hmm.
So that syntax say no, I can create the integer array variable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's right.
array, this is a syntax we are mentioned here. This indicate compiler now this variable can hold multiple value.
Right.
This this is a
Integer.
syntax.
Yeah,
If you
that's
are
the.
not writing, that means there are only integer variable that only one value. But I say no,
Oh,
no. If you write this syntax, this say okay. Now compiler understand this is the array variable that hold multiple value of integer type,
okay. Okay.
right?
Right.
So generally, in this like integer a here like a this indicate your integer is the data types, a is the
Mm-hmm.
variable that holding only one int value.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Like,
known as a, like you can just declare variable. Okay, declare variable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
variable. Now you say a equal to 50. Now you are initializing value, right?
Right.
Initialize
Yes.
value.
Right. Well.
There are two steps, or sometimes say the same time integer. Let's b equal to 88. So there are
Mm-hmm.
two steps. Here say here what time I am variable declare variable plus initialize value, both
Right.
in the same line.
Okay. Declare variable.
So,
Mhm.
sometime we are declaring variable then initializing. Sometime declaration plus initialization in the same line, right?
Oh, I
The
see. Okay.
two the two flavor generally where we are able to declare a defined variable. Similarly, there are two way you can declare or initialize array data structure.
Mm-hmm.
One way here you can just similarly here declare array
Declare array. Okay.
array array. ठीक है ना?
Mm-hmm.
Or second way, if we here we declare array, so we cannot use. Let's see write sout dot window and a.
No.
What is the value of a? You have declared a variable that is they are a variable a which holding some value. But what
Mm-hmm.
value compiler till now don't know. So
Right.
if you're going to print them, what compiler print? Compiler confused. What I'm going to print? I'm going
not
to print false.
initialized. Not
Ah,
initialized.
yes. So before using this variable, you must need to give some initial value, right? So
Right.
here I cannot use like you say variable here variable a might not be initialized up,
No.
right? So before I am going to use, we have to initialize.
It's
Now
not.
here I am initializing variable. Now here I can access the
Initial.
variable. What is the value of a? It
Mm.
will give the value of your a like a 50.
Right.
Now its compiler understand ki a is the variable that holding value 50. At that 50 is printing,
Mm-hmm.
right? In the case of similarly, here we declare a variable, but what is the value of a variable? Compiler don't know. So
Right.
here, this is the way to initialize the variable. So how initialize the array? So array initialization here say array equal to. Now here compiler clearly understand they are holding only one integer value. So they know we have to allocate memory for 32 byte, right?
Mm-hmm.
They allocate
Right.
memory 32 byte and holding whatever the value you pass here. But here, co- you are this indicate you are going to store multiple value, maybe one value, two value, three value. But compiler don't know your intention, what number of element you are going to store. So you have to inform the compiler, I am going to store three element or I am going to store five element, right? So you can allocate memory for five block, not only one block, right? You allocate memory for five block, a two block, right? So this is our responsibility. We are going to tell compiler, hey compiler, I want to allocate memory for the four element, right? Here we don't need to inform compiler how many bytes they are going to allocate. They understand this is the integer, only one variable. But here is no, it is integer, but this indicate multiple value. Multiple value to compiler don't know. As a programmer, they are going to allocate for the two variable, three variable, four variable, right? So we have to say, we have compiler, please allocate memory. This is the new keyword to manually say compiler, hey compiler, please allocate memory for integer of like three element, right?
True.
So now here say compiler कि now you allocate memory of integer size of 3. Compiler know कि integer take a 32, so we need a 32 block 1, 32 block 2 and 32 block 3. They allocate memory for the 3 32 plus 32 plus 32, right? Bit. Okay. So now the placeholder available. Here you can put any value. So here I want to put three value. So here I can say, uh, so you notice before you have only one variable, we had given the variable name a, name bound, right? So if compiler allocate three blocks for me, okay,
Mm, mm.
so how I can access this block, how I can access this block? The compiler give a unique name. This is the 0 position, this is the 1 index, and this is the 2 index. So whenever you want to store some value at this place, so you have to use this index. When you want to store some value at this place, you have to use this index. When you want to store some value this place, you have to use this index, right? So here I am saying I want to store here 7, here 5, here 3, right? So I have to say whatever the variable name A is your this variable, but A array of your 0. This is the array of your 1, array of your 2. So in this way, you can access your specific uh, blocks, right? A specific value. So here say I want to array of 0 position. Let's say I want to store the 7, right? Similarly, here I want to 1, like a 5. Here I want to 2 position as a 3. Here I want to declare variable. Here I am giving the initialization, putting the initial value. What is the initial value, right? And now I have to access the value. So if I want to access this 0 position value, right? So they give me what is the 0 position value, right? So always you want to putting value or getting value, you have to use the concept of this index and mention 0 position. 0 position we have a 7, right? What is the 3 position value, right?
2.
Uh, 2, right? You will getting the 0, 1, 2. So in this way, you can assign or store multiple value in a one variable like a array. Array is the one variable. Array is the one variable. They are holding the 7, 5, and 3. How to assign value? This is the way to assigning value, initializing value, right? This is the way to initializing value. This is the way to initializing value. Similarly, in this way, initializing value means storing the value in this array tracer. How want to read? Reading this way, right? Reading this way. So, till now, any doubt, question?
But we can also do like a array equal to bracket 753.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, we can do that too. Okay.
Right.
Mm.
So, but here you notice that you have a specify this array hold only three element, right? So they
Mm.
are storing. This is the three element. So sometimes someone try to access the fourth element from this array. Here I have an option. I can write 2, 3, 4, 5. Any number of here I can write here, right? So if compiler check, always you can access the array element which you define initially. Initially define 3. That means you can only access 3 element here: 0 position, 1 position, 2 position. If you're trying to access the 3 position data or minus one position data or something, compiler is not happy and throw Java array out of bound index exception. Let someone try to uh, here store new value, okay, like a 8 in the place of your 3. Here you said this is 3 element, they can hold 1, 2, 3, but you want to store the fourth value in this array, this array variable, compiler is not happy because they have not enough space, they can hold this extra value. If you run, compiler say, oh, it is the exception, array out of bound exception. Okay, because you are trying to 3 here, 3 putting, which is the out of index. Because you declare only 3 by holding, they can hold only 3 element, 0 position, 1 position, 2 position. They cannot hold a 4 position value, right? So similarly, you cannot store extra value. Similarly, let someone try to, I want to get some third position value, right? Even you have only 3 variables, you can hold get 0, 1, 2, but you cannot get try to access the value of the is beyond the your array's length. Still compiler unhappy here say, okay, I'm not able to access what is the array of third position value, array out of bound exception. So please be note that whenever we are declaring any array have a fixed length, right? Fixed length. You can only store the number of length. Here is the number length. So
Right.
we can hold only three element you can hold. What is the each block name? This is the 0 index, this is the 1 index, this is the 2 index. You can only store or get value of the 0 index, 1 index, 2 index. You cannot get 3 or 4 or 5, right?
Right.
They are not permittable for you. And similarly in the my here like -1, -2, someone try to understand this side compiler not allow, compiler only allow of the 3 element which you are initially defined. So array is the need length of the your array. This is the first things, always array is the fixed length. You have to specify the number of element you are going to store. Here indicate multiple, but how many types you have to specify here, 3 element, 4 element, 5 element. You cannot here say like 3, but you want to store 4, 5 element. No. First initialize, after that you cannot change it, right?
True. Yeah.
And this is the one way to declare variable, and this is the initialize variable, right?
Right.
Initialize, right? I- Similarly, like in one variable you have a declaration and initialization a separate line. Similarly, you have another option, you can declare plus initialize. Similarly, array data structure also you have options to declare and initialize in the one variable. So instead say array and say array let's 1. So here I know I want to store 735. So I already, if no already variable, you can simply open close and write your 7, 5, and 3. So this is the way here compiler automatic identify and the length of your. If you write here, what is the length? This is the length. Length is the one property if of this array variable. If your variable is not array, you cannot apply length. The length is the inbuilt property given by your Java compiler. So here, if you say identify this is the length of array is the 3. Okay, dot length. Okay, so here compiler automatic infer find out the length. Similarly, here you also say what is the array length. So they also identify the number of element here you mentioned, not the value in slice. If you run here, you are getting the only 3, right? But here if you say like a 5, so here you are getting element of a 5. So whatever the size here specify the same length you are getting, right? Maybe you have not initialized this one here, you initialize only 3 value, but your length is the 5.
So those left empty, the one don't have value.
Yes, left would be the default value of integer 0. Yes,
Mhm.
Hmm.
the length here you specify the length. Then, if I want to know what is the length, you can use the property array dot length. In this case, you as a developer specify, but here you are not specifying, but calculate by the compiler key what is the length for this. Okay,
Yeah.
and similarly same way you want to access your access variable, similarly like here array of your similarly one position value or two position value they are giving, right?
Mhm.
But similarly here, this is the length equal to 3. That means the 0, 1, 2 allow. You can, if you try to positions of a 3, okay? But length is only 3, right? So 0 position, 1 position, 2 position, you can access. But 3, you cannot access any value. Compiler again average concern. Oh, I am going to out of bound exception, right? So till now, any doubt, confusion?
Yeah. Good.
Okay. So till now, these are the you can say conditions for your array data structures. One, array always going to the fixed length of element, right? Maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. You must specify the length of your array. Okay? This is the first things, right?
Right.
And you can only first element of the element you can access from the 0, right? And let's this is your n element. Okay, you can specify array of like your 8 7. That means your first element is the 0 index and the last element would be the your array of 0, last element whatever your length like 7 7 minus 1. Okay, because here we starting the 0, then last element always due to the length minus 1.
Yeah.
Okay, you cannot access beyond the length element and before the length element. And one thing, if your array is the integer data types, they have only hold integer value. They cannot hold float, integer, character array, and other thing. So all the elements which we are going to store in this value is the only same type, not the different type. Example, if let's you declare integer uh, array, here you cannot write the like I want to store one integer value and one double value.
Mhm. Then
So
I have to.
compiler not allow because here is specify I want to store only int value. So here
Right.
integer allow, but this is the double value. Double is not allow. Compiler complain error to you.
Right.
Okay? So value of inside the array must be the same time type which you already defined,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
If you want to double, you can create a different like a double array, right? Here you can say I want to hold like a 7.8, 9.8. Okay, they are happy, and here you cannot specify, though you have to not specify, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Similarly, if you want to hold the char array, you can do character array as well, right? Means ki, Java say whatever till now data you have studied, you can create the array for that. Okay? Similarly, int, double, char, boolean, float, you can declare array for all the data types, right?
Right.
And similarly, even you can declare for string data type. Okay, string of array, right? Here's a string is the double quote value, right?
Right.
Right. Till now it's okay.
Yes.
So I want to just print all the element inside this, let's say string, right? So one way you can say like in this way, generally say s out, you say this of 0, right? Manually. One way you getting the first position. If you want to third, you can do in this way you can access the different element of an array, right?
Sure.
So one way manually you can write 0, 1, 2, 3. But you notice the same line of code we are repeating multiple times, right? For 2. For 3, you are just changing this 2, right? So whenever we are doing same kind of thing multiple times, we have option to reduce code in the loop. So why cannot use a loop right here?
Right.
Generally, whenever we are going to uh, work on the array data structure, because array have a multiple value and same value I want to access one time, two time, three time, four time. So same line of code copy multiple times. The best, instead of writing manually, you can prefer use the array data structure. Well, sorry, we are going to use the loop. So we have
Mm.
already studied for loop, while loop, do while loop. Any loop we can use. So let's say for loop. You can say for loop here, and here no, this is the array, okay? And
Right.
for loop needs the three things, right? You notice for loop always need one initial value, right?
Mm.
For loop say your initial value
I guess so. Mhm.
value, and second read your condition, right, until true, and third leak your increment decrement, right?
Yeah.
Increment, yeah.
Similarly, here, what is the initial value? This is the array. So, what is the initial value? Initial value maybe string value. This is the string. This is the string. The initial value. What is, right? But
It,
here, I want to loop. What change? 0, 1,
zero.
2, 3. The initial value would be start 0,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And last value should be the 3, right? Here I can change 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So
Mhm.
here say your initial value. Let's index equal to 0.
String. Oh, sorry, integer, right?
Mm.
Okay. That's
Integer.
yeah.
This is the 0, 1, 2 index always be integer.
Okay. Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
note,
Yeah.
if this is the array data structure, value holding the your like here is string. Yes.
You're
But
right.
index should be always 0, 1, 2, and
Right.
3. This is
Got it.
always integer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
so
this
yeah.
case here this is the array of character, but positioning value should be always 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
So here I say index 0. And what is the condition? I want to run loop 0, 1, 2, 3, but not more than the length, right? What is the length of this?
Length minus one.
Yeah. Yes. What is the length? You can check length. If you check length, okay, this is not completed till now. So notice length is the 4. Length is the 4. So we have to run length minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You cannot run a 4. So our
Mhm.
condition would be like they are not going to 4, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So we have options key. Whatever the I variable should be less than your length.
Mhm.
right?
Right.
So whatever the equal to your whatever your string length is dot length minus 1 always. Your
Mm.
loop starts 0 to length minus 1. Okay, semicolon, and always say I plus plus
I plus plus.
or I equal to I plus 1. Both are the thing, same thing,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Or here you can say I equal to I plus 1, right? Now here I, so this is the things I want to print. I Just I write this. Okay, right? This is before and this is after. So here instead of writing many times this manually, we write only one time. Here instead of if you run, always print the value of 0, right? Means ki 1 1 1 1 1, right? But I
Right.
have to not print 1 1 1 4 times. I want to print this should be like array of 0. That means I. One time I 1, one time 2, one time 3. So here I just change instead of this row should be your I,
I.
right? So here
Mm.
initially I would be 0.
Mm.
Then print the 0. Then go I become a 1. Check the length. 1 less than length? Yes. Again print. In this way, if you run here, you are getting, we are getting the all the value. Notice we are getting all the value. But here like a 0 0 0 because here this is the hard code. They can also here also change the value like double quote and plus plus and I, right?
Right.
Point.
In this way, you can get the all the here change also. So you are getting if till now okay. If I
Yeah.
am just not putting this not minus one, that means our loop going to less than or equal to that is 4. 4 element is the out of bound exception, right?
Mhm.
So please ensure that whenever you are running loop, your loop always run minus 1. Okay, because our index start 0 till number minus 1. Due to that here length minus 1.
Right.
Till now okay.
Yeah.
So this is the way. Similarly, I declare one integer array of let's r, and here I say initially r new, say int, here say let's go I want to 6. Okay, but I want to initialize the here value in the loop, right? Not the memory. So I here said I again for integer I equal to 0 semicolon I less than or equal to your length minus 1, right? And semicolon I plus plus. So here say how to initialize array of your variable I. Here what value I want to initialize? Let's I want to initialize the like whatever the I value plus maybe 1 multiply by let's 20. Okay. This is the value I can initialize.
True.
So runtime, whatever the value, you can maybe mathematical calculation or from getting somewhere, you can give any value here. Or maybe any random number you can initialize, right? So similarly, if you want to print this, you want to print the here instead of writing this, I say s out your r of I, right? So one thing in this way you can print or simply say plus one line, right? Comma separated, right?
Right.
Here just not a print, but this, right? In one liner. So here we can initialize and here you can get the value. Here declare array, initialize value in the loop, and from loop you can get value. Run
True.
here. So generally whenever we are working array data structure, we generally use a loop as well as, right? Here runtime you are getting the different value, right? So this is your declare array right?
So this
Yeah.
math
Yes,
is not assigning to R1. It's a result, and
right,
RI is a
right,
location. So
right.
it's
Location.
okay. Okay.
And here in slice array, or here you can say use array, using, right? Access.
Yeah.
So generally, array always use a kind of sometime you loop a loop. Maybe this is the mathematical in expression, or here say कि whatever the I value 0, then 0 plus maybe here you can say I multiply by 10. Okay. So whatever the
Yeah.
calculation you want to do, here you can do, and there you can generate the any number, right? So here they can generate some zero number, one number, two number, any number, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So in this way, you can use the loop to initialize array and loop to access array. Till now, any doubt? Okay.
Yeah.
So next, let's see. I want here you can do while print. Here I am just printing the value. Here we can do any kind of operations. Here you can do. Let's find the only even number, or odd number, or sum of the all, or square of the any business logic you can do here more than one value, right? Here just we are printing only one printing the value, but here you can do any kind of other operations, whatever you want, right? Let's say I want to sum of given number, right? I want to write a function program, right? Write program, write a program uh, to sum of given n number. Okay, so let's we have n number. I want to sum n number, maybe two number, five number, ten number, whatever number, right? So till now we have know how to, if you want to multiple value, you can use this syntax to declare value, right? So here I say let's give we have a one number n, okay, numbers, and let's we have a number like n number can be my 7, 3, 8, 1, 3, like 2, right? I want to sum up this number. So how will do? So one way generally, or always I prefer whenever you're going to write some business logics, not write in a main method, you write in a your own
Own
method.
logic. Mm-hmm.
So here instead, let's I want to sum of n number. So I write a one sum of n number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Numbers. And think that they return some value, they need some input. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So sum would be the one value. That means they return only one integer, right?
Correct.
But input would be the multiple value. Here in the case of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 value. So here I'm not going to declare variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, variable 4. Like first assignment, you find the sum of three number. So you declare three variable, integer A, integer B, integer C, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know n can be 3, 5, 10, 100. We are not going to declare 100 variable for some, right? I say we receive array of integer. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
array of integer n number. This depend upon the what if passing I am going to sum, right?
Right.
So I know this we receive an array and I want to sum.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I want to sum initially 0, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I know this is the array data structure. That means they are holding multiple value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I say, I can run a loop, right? Integer index from 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Till index less than n dot length. Okay. and your index plus plus. In this way, I can access all the element of an array, right? This is the way. If this is the array, we can access all the element. Okay. So here, if I'm run out,
Run out the memory.
run of let's like n of index. Okay,
Mhm.
so I am get all the number, but here I am not the print. I want kind of a sum, right?
All the numbers means like n number of like
Right.
uh yeah, that's the nth
So
number,
here
right?
n number means ki whatever the array you pass. If you run this code, I am not getting any kind of output here because
Right.
here we can declare variable, but here we cannot calling this function, right?
Uh-huh.
We're not calling this function, so we're not getting any kind of. So here say I want to call this function, right? This
Yeah.
method, and
Oh.
we pass they what they are expecting. You pass the array of n. So here you cannot pass any variables which like 5.
Mhm.
They are not allowed. You have to pass the multiple value. That means array. So already we have a one array. So here we can pass numbers, right? What
Right.
they return one value like int. So they return integer like a result. Okay.
Mhm.
You notice your this main method is static method. So you can only call the static method. So here we have to write the static keyword, right?
Uh, I
Now,
I didn't I didn't get that. Ojeba. Static number. What does?
okay, whenever this is the method you are writing, this is the method you are writing from this main method.
Right.
I know ki main method is static method, right? So any method you are going
Oh,
to
okay.
call that must be static.
Static. Yeah.
So I write here static keyword. Okay.
Okay.
And if I run it, if I at least this method invoke, they are printing some number. They are printing this number, right? Which
Yeah.
I pass here 63812. Okay, right? 6382, right here.
Okay. 63812. Yeah.
But I don't want to print here. I want to sum up that number, right? I don't need
Mhm.
only the kind of printing. So
Right.
sum already we have a sum variable. Whatever sum you could say sum
So
plus your number of index,
number. Yeah.
and here I am say return your sum.
But did you say that n just like open close square bracket? That is the n of index in here, but we
Hmm.
call that one. If you go up there, I believe you call something different. Oh,
Here
okay.
whatever your array data, this is the array I am going to
Yeah.
pass here because this method are expecting you can pass mean array data structure, right? You
Yeah.
can pass the variable that type of array. So here
Mhm.
I am creating one array variable and I am passing here
Right.
because these functions are expecting you pass an array of integer. Okay,
Okay.
and
If
now
I
we
don't,
run. Hmm.
Ajay bhai,
Yes.
if I don't write it down, sum is equal to sum plus
Hmm.
n, not inside that index, only that open close square bracket. That makes sense.
Here you are on which line number?
Yeah, yeah. That's the line number 81. If I don't
Uh,
write it down, the index in here.
yeah, here.
Yeah. So if I write it
So
down in here, okay.
so what your objective? I want to sum the whatever the array we receive here,
Uh,
whatever the array I receive n array, n is the multiple size, right?
right,
So here I want to sum up this element plus
right,
this element. So this
yeah,
element you can access from the index, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So
right.
here index is equal to 0. So I am saying first access 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. So here you have to specify which element you want to access. So here I have to say index. Index
Oh,
0 position,
okay.
index 1 position, index 2 position, right?
Right, right, right.
I have a question, Ajay.
Yes.
If you increase that numbers,
Num
you see that
here,
now?
here,
Yeah.
mm,
So if you increase the
number
array,
like 99,
so
right?
the integer n, it will increase uh, dynamically, right?
Right. So
Okay.
let us
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Whenever your program run at this line main, compiler create this array, right?
Hmm.
Create this array with
Mm.
all this value, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
6, 3, 8, 1, 2, 99, right?
Right.
And whenever compiler come this line, say this is the method call, the control goes from to the here to here, right?
Right.
Hmm.
Here whatever the what he pass n number is this, right? And
Right.
now here come they are referring to n. The n become to pointing to this.
Right.
Nth is the position there.
Yeah. So same. So here say index 0 less than yes true go here. N of 0 position equals 6. So they receive a 6 here.
Right.
And this is the 0 plus it, and now yes sum become a 6. Condition go increment. Now in this index 0 become 1, right? 1.
Yes.
Now 1 less than yes. Go here. Say index of 1. 1 is equal to 3. So now
Three.
we receive here 3 and plus what is the sum? Sum is a 6. 6 plus 3 equal to 9, right? In
Right.
this way again increment plus plus then this value, then this value, then this value, then this value.
Uh,
So this variable, this n and this number both are referring to the same array, right? This same data structure,
Right. It's just the index is a locally declared,
right?
and because in n is a foreign,
Right.
that's why.
So here notice that this is 1 times this array allocated by your compiler here at this line, and this is accessed by this line, same array accessed by this variable n as well as. Okay. So
okay.
you can say here only while calling the method, you just pass the name the variable name. The
Mm,
original array is the same that accessed by the both places,
okay.
right?
Mhm.
So in this way, you can get the sum of your number.
Numbers. Yeah.
So here, what our learning purpose? One method can take input as a your array. So here, you can declare variable like your g equal to let's say like a 9,
Right.
and here you try to pass like a call sum of here you're trying to pass g. Compiler is not happy, right?
Right.
Compiler say कि this sum of number function expecting what expecting? They expecting array data types. You are passing g is not an array, right? You
Mm,
cannot pass here any single value. You can always pass the array because your method definition say I always take input in an array, right?
right.
Right.
But here, so here how maybe I can pass this number. I can pass array any array. I know how to pass array here, like 7 comma 6 comma 5, right?
Mhm.
Here I can pass directly array.
We can do that too. Yeah.
So here you have to layer plus initialize. So here you have to write like here some value like g g and then this value, right? Now this become an array. Then you can pass here g.
Mm,
Okay.
So please note here always you have to pass the variable that is the types of your array, which this say, right?
right.
Now you can this same function now get the sum of 7 plus 6 plus 5 that is the 18, right?
Mhm. Right.
So eh, s- second question, first things we learn ki one method can take input as a array.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, one method can returns array instead of they are returning in primitive one value. Some can returns array. Let's write one program. Next program, write a method that return even number. Right, all even number.
Mm-hmm.
Write program that return all
All.
even number. Okay.
Okay. That is we are going to write it down for tomorrow, right?
Okay. Now let's. I'm trying to say how
Okay.
you write a function that return array, not
Right.
only
Okay.
one value. So
Okay.
here say one method
Mm-hmm.
get all even numbers. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here we pass receive the array of your nums. Okay.
Right.
So, and now you want to return array. That means here's integer, not integer was array here.
Mm-hmm.
Previously you returning only one value sum, but here we can return multiples value. So here say whatever the you have a array. Okay. So first find out what is the even number. Then you have to return maybe uh, this is the number here 6 8 2. This should be written.
Positive. I mean, positive number.
Let's key, I am calling this function get and here pass your numbers. Okay.
Okay.
And we expect they return some events,
Even number.
right?
Yeah.
So notice this method what return they return array. You also get the result in array, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are passing array and returning array. So question is that how you can get all the even number, how to write. So already we know how to write even number code.
We know
So
that. So the
we
more
know that. I'm
module
just write quickly. Just
mod
run a loop.
is equal to,
Whatever the number dot length.
yeah.
Okay.
Then you can use it for sorry, yeah, for if
Yeah. So
uh,
here you can use
if
if
is yeah.
if here say like whatever the number here first position second position like here
Mm-hmm.
say number of 0 position value is divisible by 2 equal to 0,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right?
Right. Right. Right.
So previously here you were writing the system.out println, right? But
Right.
here I'm not want to print. This must return values.
Okay.
So you need to maybe hold this variable in a array, right?
Right.
Maybe if you're writing here, they print the whatever the number you have, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow you have print here all the even number like number you pass, right? But
Mm-hmm.
here our objective to not the print. Here uh, we uh, okay. I call this function. Let's
Get all
let's
the.
uh, just liner so differences, right?
Mhm.
So here I am printing like a 6381 all number. So what is this here problem? Here always hard coded, right? 0. This should be
Mhm.
I, right?
Mhm.
This should be I, so that ki first number, second number, third number you are printing here.
Okay.
So notice I have only fixed this 3 number, but I don't want to print here. Why not this method return multiple value like a 3, right?
You're right.
So we have to declare like where integer. Let's key events, okay,
Mhm.
or result even, okay, and equal to new integer. Let's go. I want to know this is the 1 2 3. So I declare variable equal to 3, right?
Mhm.
So now instead of printing here, I want to hold this in a result, maybe result, okay.
Right.
Okay. So in the result of here, I want to store not printing, but this value want to store here. But I have to say, whenever I start index, maybe this is the 0%, 1%, 2%. So we have to just one variable index, right?
Mm-hmm.
Equal to start 0. Here say index 0. Okay. And after that say index plus plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am finding the 6, assigning 6 to 0%, then index become 1. Next time I finding 8, now is assigning 8 in the 1%, then indexing 2. So now instead of this, I want to result this, return this result, right?
Okay.
So I'm not printing here anything, right?
Mm-mm. You're
Your
not.
method receive input and returns another array. What returns this even number? Then here say just I want to print all this even number, right?
All right.
Integer I equal to 0, I less than even, dot length I plus plus, and I say s out your what even of this. Whenever call this function, they return value in a variable. This variable you print and print all even number, right?
Mm. All right.
Maybe just one line, right? Let's come out, okay?
All right.
So in this way, sometime you now you are returning this even number, right? 683, right? This method is not printing anything, right? They
Right.
just receive input and calculate the logic and just return one more result array. So array can be passed as an input parameter. Array can be written as a method parameter, right?
Method parameter. Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing always generally we can using this printing array in this way. Another shortcut way to print array is the Java already provided the input library. So here you can say system dot, this is the arrays is the class
Mhm.
dot to string and pass your even number. So this one liner also print your, instead of writing this line, just I commented out. Just let's, okay. So maybe you write this way, printing the loop, or just one liner. Arrays dot to string and pass the your array variable.
I have a question.
Yes.
So when you return from this function, get all even number, you still have to run a loop to print it.
No, it
See,
When
doesn't
same
require
thing
that.
I'm taking. We have two options. If now we have array, how to print the array? Always go to the loop, because what is the 0%? What is the 1%? What is the 2%? Right? The
okay,
one way you can write this, right? Loop. Second way I'm saying write just this way. This is the
okay,
one Java in build library arrays dot to string. Pass your array object. This is the array object pass here. Same output here you can get here.
Uh, only
okay, I see.
if I use that library, that's inbuilt
Library.
library.
Then you don't need to write manually. Now this
Uh,
library say,
uh,
notice this there. Same you are doing this way, right? Here this
mhm.
my loop say, right? This is my loop say,
Yes.
and this is your library say. So this is the two way you can say, right? And one more way you can instead of this way, another way like write in this way. Instead of writing this, simply say here one different way. Simply say your even number colon your even numbers array, and here directly say your even number in this way.
Okay.
This is the three way you can print array.
Mm.
Okay, in this way for loop from index 0 to n minus 1. Second way directly use the library. A third smallest way more, this is the array. Array hold element of int, just say int and print the int element itself. right?
All right.
So this is also one way to your print the array, right?
Mm.
This is the way, first way, right?
Right.
This is the second way, and this is your third way, right?
All right.
So because array is the not only one value, so you have to place some logic, right? So
Mm-hmm.
first way you have to simply this way, second way this way, a third one this way,
Got it.
Right.
right? So this is the first lesson.
But it comes in a bracket.
1 second. So in this way you can get, this is the first way, this is the second way, and this is the third way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now yes, ask a question.
So in that third way, it comes in a bracket. Does it make a difference? Third way.
Just
Uh, in,
I this way. This is just we are using the library. This is the
mm,
Java provided the class arrays to string. Here, whatever the array data structure. Here, your array data structure is even number. This is the variable.
Mm-hmm.
mm.
We pass this variable here. Like here using the array dot length. Here you can pass here array. Here just pass the array name.
Yeah,
This library know. This
I
library
understand.
know how to print. Yes.
But it just shows in a bracket. Does it make a difference? If you run
Here.
the code, if you can you if you go to the output, I'll show you.
Okay, I got a point.
Yeah, you see, it's in a
They say like this is the open and close bracket, right?
yeah.
This library given the some good way. Here here I want to look like that. Then here what I say? I say s out. So instead of this, I have to write this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And after that, I want to write this. So similarly, kind of they already implemented for you, right?
Yeah. Okay. It's just a display. That's all.
This displaying way.
Okay.
Look now notice this is this way, right? Look
Mm.
like,
Yeah. Right.
but they have a decent way, right?
Yes. Yes.
So this is just this is the if you this is the intelligence of this code they written. They are printing all the logic they have written in the API. Notice here they have a start and this is the close brace, right?
Okay.
This is logic written by the this array class itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just way. So generally, whenever you want to just print, you can use this arrays dot to string. But you should aware how it's work. You should that's the basic way, right? Start from the 0 position, then 1 position, 2 position. So this
Right.
is known as a normal for loop. This is known as a enhanced for loop. Means now no, this is the array. The array always contain the integer element. So why you say key less than greater than condition? Compiler itself find out this is a condition. So you just get the element and print element. They have no index.
Mm-hmm.
Only here you can print the index as well as the value, right? But here only get the value. So sometime you have to use this loop. Sometime this is rarely used, but this is two are we generally use, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. In this loop, you can only get the element. You cannot get the index. But you want to index 0 position, 1 position. This is the loop only where you can get in the index, right?
All right.
So these are some different way to just display, print, get the element. Maybe existing library or for enhanced loop. No, this is a for enhanced loop.
All right.
For enhanced loop only work for the your array data structure, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the your normal for loop.
Mm-hmm.
You learn we can get element from any array in the three different way. Any one which if preferable you can access, but you should aware all the things. Initially you always try to use this one, right? But this is
Mm-hmm.
the way it's a index 0 position, 1 position, 2 position. When you mature, then go here. You have some less time, then directly you can print here. Okay.
Okay. There's a three different way we can write it down this program.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, this is different way to read element from a array.
Yeah.
Okay. So till now I have written the two code. One, you pass n number, they return the sum of that, and I one write code. You pass n number, they returns the only even number.
Mhm.
Similarly, you can write two assignment for you. You can add similar method that return only odd number, right?
Odd number.
Yes.
So what is the assignment? Assignment?
You have to write the method that will get input an array of n number and returns only the odd number, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Returns. And similarly, one more method, you write one method that return any number of input, right? N value, maybe two value, three value, four value, and return average of that number, right?
Mhm.
Not the sum. We need
Okay.
a average of the number. Okay.
Mhm.
So okay. So n number of n number value. I'm just writing it down. An
Yes.
odd number, returning odd number.
So you have to two method, write a method, write a method which take input
Mhm.
as an array, okay, array of n number, okay, and return all array of odd number. Return array of odd numbers, right? This
Okay.
is the one assignment. And second assignment method, write a method, take input n of n number and return the average of numbers. Okay,
And return
average
average.
of that number.
Mhm.
Average of that array.
Uh,
So in the second one, you are returning a number only because you are
Here
returning.
average input one number. Here you have written arrays.
Yeah. Okay.
Similarly, I have written two methods. Similarly, kind of you do right.
Yeah.
Note that this average number or odd number is not. There is no print statement in your method. Okay. Notice here is no print statement. No print statement. Always
Oh,
print in the main method, right?
Right.
oh, we are not going to write it down the print statement.
No,
Only
no,
just
in
write
the
it down
method
the.
there is no print statement.
Okay, only
This
we have to
method
write it.
can be used anywhere. Notice when you are calling, then you are
Mhm.
getting number, return value, result, and result you are here printing.
Yeah.
Get doubt?
Got it. No, I got it. Okay.
So let's try to use the array. So you have already know how to your declare array,
Mhm.
how to initialize array, and how to access array. And accessing array have a three way, right? Three
Mhm.
different
Right.
way, right?
Right.
First using the normal for loop, second using the enhanced for loop, third using the arrays library itself.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
please do practice on array. Okay,
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah.
because in array there are huge number of permutation combination you need a practice, and this is really basic, you can say, of any language. Whenever you are going to work for automation using Java language or any shell scripting, Perl scripting, or anything, always this array data structure, array concept exists. eh?
Okay.
Here we are just only learning how array concept is implemented in a Java language, right?
All right.
But concept would be the same look like other language, only syntax semantic change, but the concept behind the same. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank
Got
you.
it.
Yes, it's good.
And you have it recorded too, right? Record.
Yes, it is the recorded for you.
Okay.
Assignment for tomorrow.
Yeah.